And we are back with another episode of the Watch and Cut channel. So today we got a cool knife to talk about. This is a Spyderco. It's not a new Spyderco, but it's new to me. Yeah. So they were having a sale over at the good old Knife Joy. If you guys haven't checked them out, check them out. It's a great place to shop for knives, especially Spydercos. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Chris is great over there. All the crew over there is pretty good. But they were having a sale where this knife had wow, it was like, I think $165, and they're normally like 220 or something like that. So yeah, this is the SmallFly 2. This may not be for everybody because this is a Balisong, and I like Balisongs. So inside the box, you get a sticker, you get your little deal right here. It tells you all about the SmallFly 2 and the evolution of the design. Now, the SmallFly is a knife that's been out for a while. They had the SmallFly 1. This is the SmallFly 2, and then they had the Spidey Fly, which was another one, and so on and so forth. You kind of get the idea, right? So this is the latest iteration, and boy, when they say small, they mean small. For a butterfly knife, this is a lot smaller than even what I expected. But yeah, this is small for a butterfly knife. Remember, you got to kind of swing these things around and grip them, so it's just the right length. I don't think it's too small, but it's close. So this one has a pocket clip, as you can see right here, which is kind of cool. It's got a spring-loaded latch, so you literally just grab these two sides of the handle right here, pull that off, and then the spring latches open. You can see. It's definitely spring loaded. So it's got kind of like a round over type coil spring there that does that. And yeah, then you get your knife. So right off the bat, it does flip really well. It's kind of hard for me to do that under a camera, but you know, I'm not like a huge butterfly flipper guy. I just like them. I know how to open and close them. Maybe do a couple little tricks here and there, but nothing crazy. But I do like them. I like the whole concept of the whole butterfly knife thing. And this is kind of a neat one. It's very different looking. There's a couple things that I think are kind of weird about it, and I'll go over those a little bit. And there's some things I really do love about it. So starting off with the blade, they did make one sprint run of this guy in CPM crew wear, I believe, and it was gray G10 scales that came with it. But I went with the typical S30V, which is very unlike me. I can hear Dirk in the background right now. But I bought the regular one, and honestly, S30V is good for most of my cutting tasks, so I'm good with that. It does not have any sharpening choil. The edge kind of terminates right here, so that's kind of a thing, not a big thing. You don't really have a forward finger choil like it might appear. I mean, I guess you could kind of pinch up on the blade if you wanted to, but you're coming really close to the edge of the blade. So if you end up just squeezing a little too hard, you might get yourself. So I would stay away from that. It does kind of have these nice contoured areas right here where your hands kind of typically will kind of follow. Good grip if you do kind of a grip with the knife and you do these like draw cuts and everything. I think they would be just fine for that. Pocket clips, this typical wire clip, which we all adore. Another thing I can hear Dirk saying in the background. But yeah, you got your typical stainless steel hardware. The backspacer kind of construction in this thing's kind of neat. You can see here, it's kind of all one piece-ish constructed looking. It's not, but it looks like it, which is kind of cool. One of the things that kind of threw me off about this knife was the fact that it doesn't, because of its unusual shape, it doesn't close all the way on the handle like some other butterfly knives will, or I should call it Balisong to be politically correct. It actually puts all the stress on this Zen pin right here. So when you're squeezing the knife, all that pressure is the two handles squeezing right here. So kind of a thing. I mean, doesn't mean you can't use it as a knife. Most people who like Balisongs don't even really like a latch, to be honest with you. But, you know, for me, for my type of purposes, I love a good latch because I do just kind of drop these in my pocket and kind of let them flop around, kind of like a slip joint. But yeah, I do like these. You also kind of have these two little holes right here, which you may not notice, but they do serve a purpose because you can actually like open and close the knife that way. And they were kind of like designed in this manner to do that. And the way I know this is if you guys check out the Balio pen, which I used to have one of those too, that's kind of the whole main trick about those things is you're swinging these things back and forth to kind of open and close the knife. So that kind of has the same Spyderco principle as their little Spyderco pen, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, just a super cool knife overall, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll do a full review on this guy. I'll do maybe a cool trick or two with them just to kind of play around and cut myself. And it'll be fun, they said. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you leave comments down below. Make sure you subscribe. Do you guys like butterfly knives? What kind of brand butterfly knives do you guys like? Leave it down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon. Leave those comments. And I'll catch you guys all on the next one.